if I'm in that house, I will not lie. I will not lie because my body no be firewood. If I go there and I meet somebody that we vibe on a good level, I will do my thing as I'm supposed to do. How I want to do it is nobody's business. The public can judge. Even going on the show already, they've judged me. Do you understand? So I don't live my life based on people's rules and regulation. If you don't like me, don't like me. If you like, call me a bad person. That is, if you like, call me a useless person. That is still your business. I know still send your papa because at the end of the day, I don't know who you are. Do you understand? That is just it. Your principle is your principle. If your friends want go the show, advise them, make Konji catch them, maybe Victory go there, talk say he wants in the relationship where he wants, now sexual whatever. People they cuss up. He tell you what he wants. If you don't want, you move. It's as simple as ABCD. Do you understand? It's as simple as ABCD. Why other people they there? They know they do the same thing. Do you understand? Nobody, see, I don't play by people's rules or by people's book. And that is why in this world,
So in a short form now, if you go big brother now, you go knock anything.
I no talk say I go knock anything. I no talk say I go knock anything. If I go big brother house and I see girl with me a vibe with, and we vibe on the same level because I no be rapist, we go do things. If he reach where we go knock. If my future wife no like him, make she fuck off because I don't know what she don't do for my back. You dey hear me? So nobody go come here, come to preach more like when una no be saints. Una want dey whine me. People go just come outside, they tell me talk, say make I no do wetin I want to do because of say they get one principles where they who the fuck cares about anybody's principle?
So you mean you are going to throw away your dignity? Don't be so devout, column.
Stupid dignity are you talking about? Is it the same dignity that a lot of people have thrown away?
I'm entitled to my opinion now. He's entitled to his opinion. It's not that deep.
Yes. Which kind of stupid?
I'm a lady now. You don't expect me. I'm talking as a lady for myself. I'm talking as a lady. Telling
so about dignity. The dignity you are talking
because
about.
Because I remember like till today, Nina post on this same Twitter. They used to drag that girl. This same Nina, if she comes on Twitter today and tweets something, they'll still use her past to drag her. So I'm speaking as a lady. If you like, go on the show, go and fuck. It's not my business. Everybody,
okay,
like I said, the show is rated 18 plus, but everybody is entitled to their opinion. So I don't have energy to be arguing on space.
Honest, nobody will come here.
Baby, do you know that even Tiwa, they still do that for Tiwa? The thing is,
but life still moves on now. Life will still move on. That's what Masjid is trying to say.
As men, let's be sincere with ourselves, right? As men, sometimes in all sincerity, sometimes we have nothing much to really lose compared to the ladies. Notice even on the same BBN space, when things happen, it's even normally the ladies that take the hits more, that they call, that they give several kind of tasks. The guys, they are calling you superstars. Your guys are healing you. You don't chop. It's kind of like, I don't know. It's just kind of like a more this thing. And that's why it's very easy. Let's be sincere with ourselves here. That's why it's very easy for we guys to be able to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to go there and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and I'm not going to give a fuck about it. But I really feel, to me, if I really connect with someone in that house that I really care about, even if she's pushing for it, I'm not going to do it. It has nothing to do with morality. And this is what I'm trying to say. Tomorrow that video is going to live. Even Bam Bam, there was a video clip I watched with Bam Bam. She's married right now to the same guy she had that stuff with. But she said, you know what? Sometimes she still gets DM like that. I'm telling you the truth. She still gets DM like that. As guys, we may have nothing really much to lose. Let's be sincere with ourselves, because sometimes it looks like when it comes to the whole idea of sex, the way the world has twisted things, it looks like, man, it's the guys that benefit from it the most. The way the world has twisted things. Take note of that quotation I'm putting there. So it's like when you do it with multiple, many people don't believe that as a man you can be a prostitute. Permit me to use that word, and a shower, right? They only believe that it's a woman that can be a prostitute. So it's a woman is when you're knocking, when several guys are knocking you, you're a prostitute, you're cheap. As a guy, they won't call you cheap when you're doing that. They call you superstar. They clap for you. They say, man, they've even twisted it and they've made it look as if it's an alpha male thing. Meanwhile, it's not. But they just twisted it that way and made it look like, man, if you're doing those kind of stuff, that's what it is. And that's why I can understand what the Vogue is saying. That generally speaking, I'm not going to lie to you, going on that kind of show, especially sometimes if you really say to me, if you even really, really care about the girl. So in a way, no matter how pressing it is, I'm not trying to say, hey, there are days of vulnerability and there are times you can you can fall for that. Everyone falls for that. No one is perfect. Even I myself that is talking here. And yes, if that happens, that's not the end of the world. You move on. We have people like Kim Kardashian that had her sex tape out there. It was not easy for her. But later, she moved on, right? She's doing well. People have some of those kind of things that are out there, right? But whether we like it or not, let us look at it. At the end of the day, even Erica that we are talking about, did that stuff really affect Kidwire? But you can see that for Erica, they spoke about, the whole sexual stuff. Hey,
I really
you
want
just when this guy knocked you, this guy did this guy did that.
Daniel
I'm coming from the idea of the fact I'm hearing you, Mas J.
understand you.
I've not even finished, but
Hello, Daniel.
I've not even finished, but man, I'm hearing you.
So before you continue now, right? Because
Other people
this
want
whole
to
thing,
speak. Oh,
it's looking like we are dragging this whole matter. I will allow every other person speak. Please, I did ask Daniel a question. I beg. No, na me and him start this matter. So any other person who wants to speak, go speak. I know the whole them made them no speak. You understand? Na me and him start the matter. My question is this here. We started off from general perception of what morality is and principles, right? That is how we started this whole conversation. And the idea landed with the idea going into the house, what not to do and what not to do, perception-wise based on individuals, right? And you asked me and I'm like, I'm not going to judge my actions based on principles or ethics or whatever societal beliefs and norms, yeah, because my actions, I cannot predict them, isn't it? I'm not saying I'm jumping on BBN show to go and be having sex. It's not possible. How can you just go on BBN show and start having sex? No, nobody does that. Nobody in their right thinking senses does that. Situations happen, right? And then humans, we as humans, we react. Then me now telling you now that I will go on BBN show, I can predict my actions in future. Maybe I will go there and I will not be this person. I'll be lying to you. That's the truth. I'm not saying I don't know the principles of life. I don't know the morals of life or whatnot. I'll be lying to you. And that is why I'm telling you for a fact that it is only if I want to be judgmental now, I will tell you that, okay, me, I cannot go there and do this and do this because if I come out there, the world will condemn me like this and condemn me because at the end of the day, I don't live by the world's rule. That's one thing you must understand. That I fail today does not mean I will not succeed. Or that I commit a crime does not mean I cannot be savaged. So if I'm going by that principle, I am telling you for a fact that no fucking human being, right, whether with principle or no principle, is a saint. That's just my point. And now I get the differences you made about the situation when it comes to sex, and we know that for a very long time that when sex, especially sex tips and the likes, when it comes out, the women are usually the most people who receive backlash and whatnot. The men don't receive backlash as much. But then again, I am not the one who implicated you in committing a particular act. Before you commit an act to somebody or before you go down with somebody, it's something that both of you agreed on before you guys would get yourself involved in it. Now, you know the consequences of your actions. You live by the consequences of your actions, and that is just how life is. Nobody has any rules to how their life would be tomorrow. So by prediction, right, if you choose to be somebody, it is because you choose to be that person, not because you're perfect. That's just what I'm saying.
So do you know where you just rounded up now? Wait, is the same stuff that we were saying from the onset, where we said, hey, if you're going to go to that place, there's something called like you have to consider the consequence, right? Before the sequence. That's you have to know what you're going to get from an action that you're going to commit, right? I just really feel, and this is where I'm coming from, because we already know. In the context of morality and ethics, I understand where you're coming from. Where you say, as a person, you're still the person that make your own rules, and you don't care about what other people say, and that's fact. That's okay. But in the world that we live in, whether we like it or not, right? The world already has what it tags as morality. That's why even till date, when a person commits crime and you go to the court, right? The judge still judges you based on your crime. Not because the judge is perfect by himself, take note, but he will still judge you in respect to that because the world has already set precedents for some of these standards and for some of these moralities. So I'm just coming from the place of, hey, if I really have someone that is close to me, I'm not going to lie to you, and I'm still going to repeat it again. I'm going to go for something like that. Or tomorrow I have kids that are going to go for something like that. I'll tell them, hey, my own advice to you is I understand the fact that you want to be real and you just want to express yourself, especially when you're in love with a person. But there is also that place that brings, application of your head where you have to look ahead in so many years from now. And Majda, I can tell you the truth that just because some of these people, like you mentioned, Miracle and the others, just because they may not come out to tell you what they are facing doesn't mean, God, sometimes a revisit of some of those things doesn't still happen. I can still tell you that. Because, like I said, even some of the people that I know that I'm close to that I've interacted with, if you check their socials, they live the most perfect life, the most beautiful life. But hey, sometimes they still go through those things. Where I'm just coming from is, you know what? At the end of the day, it's based on personal stuff and it's based on personal opinions, right?
So that other people would talk, because of course other people's opinion might be similar to yours. I mean, my own is this, and I'll round it up like this. We all live in a world with consequences of our actions, be it good or bad, isn't it? If you do good, you get consequence. If you do evil, you get consequence. There is no moral ground to how human beings should behave. And the only sentiment I see here is because if you are talking about the general rule and general perception of morality as a whole, as a concept here, the rate at which we discriminate certain things when we watch Big Brother Nigeria, we don't do that when we watch Love Island USA. We are still the same people that watch Love Island USA. Love Island Brazil, Love Island UK, they do far worse things more than the ones here. And they the ones who even who brought this morality concept, the holy books, the doctrine and whatnot, the philosophy. They watch the same show as much as us, right? But they don't even do the morality grounds more than us when we are watching it. So what I'm just saying in general is this here. I love everybody's perception as to how they want to live their life. The one thing I know for a fact is if I'm putting my hand in fire, I know the implication. I know it will burn me. So I don't do things with regrets. If people that know me, Nino is here. I don't do things with regrets. Like, I don't get myself involved in situations, and then when I do those things, I now come back and start telling myself, if I'm doing something today, I know that thing is bad. I know the consequences of it. That is the truth. And when I'm doing something that is good, I know the consequences of my actions. So by applications or by implication, right, I don't make decisions for anybody, and I don't allow people to make decisions for me. I know my holy books. I know the rules involved. I know what is good. I know what is bad. I'm living my life according to how I believe I see things, and that's just how it is. Star Omar, you can talk. I'm done.
Starma, you can speak. Kayla, you can speak. I don't
Hi.
understand.
Oh, sorry. I was a bit confused. So, hello everyone. I think it's been like a day or two since I came on the space. Like, I'm on the speaker section. Like, I haven't really been on it. I've been busy with like life issues and everything. So, I've gotten the time to come on and talk. But another thing I want to say here is I really haven't really watched the show as I've been doing because of I told you I was busy. So I've seen clips. So whatever my opinions will be based on the clips I've already seen online, not really from what I've watched. So I'm just putting that out there. Let me start by saying I expect these things from Nigerians to begin with, like things where, Nigerians will judge uh Nigerians will judge these housemates, even though like these things are supposed to be expected. They are literally adults, like in a house, in a confined space, where and I think there's AC. And I don't know if you guys know, but if it's cold, you're likely to even feel horny or whatever. And then they have all of these like emotions and feelings towards each other. So we should expect these things. But of course, Nigerians are natural. I think Nigerians are naturally judgmental. You expect these things from Nigerians. Like, and even I myself, I'm gonna say I might not judge these housemates, but whenever I see like a clip of Isabella and this person doing this, my reaction is always like, oh my God. Even though I know subconsciously I'm meant to expect to see these things, but I'm still shocked whenever I see them. Maybe that's just we being humans. But now where we judge them is where there's a problem, because this is exactly how they are meant to behave, because they are humans. Like I said, they are in this house, and especially when it's a situation where it's like when they are forming this emotional connection, let's say Mide and Bright, how on earth do we expect Mide and Bright to be on the bed inside a duvet and not do anything when they already have romantic emotions towards each other? So how do we expect them to be in the duvet and not do those things? Please, if Mide and Bright do any of these intimate things and anybody comes on timeline and drags them, they are foolish, because this is what they are meant to do. They are supposed to do that. If Mide and Bright are in the duvet and he doesn't reach to touch her or anything, I would be like, is he gay? Is she probably, because like that's normal. You already have feelings. We act like because they are in the house, they're not meant to be human, but they are literally human still in the house. And then when the conversation becomes like judgmental, I see the woman taking the fall for it. I'm always like, I've always struggled with like the society and trying to like make women have more consequences when things happen. It's unfortunate, but it has to stop in some way, because how can a man and a woman do something and it's the woman they are dragging to filth? I don't know how we're going to change that as a society, but we need to change that. They both should be held accountable if they involve in illicit sexual affairs or whatever, if they're unmarried. Third thing I want to say is I feel like another issue that we're facing here is we are putting ourselves in the delusion that we know what we will do in the house when we do not know. You cannot single-handedly tell me, oh, I'm so disciplined. I feel like if I was in the house, there's no way I'm gonna do this. You don't know. You could easily enter the house and you'll be shocked at what you would do. They've never met these people from anywhere. They just meet them in the house. You don't know what could change in your own ideology. And then you just find yourself doing things that you never imagined you'd do. So let's just take it easy with all these things. And let me tell you one more thing. If I had a sister or a cousin or whoever or a friend that was going to be brother house, and I know as humans they're going to do that, I'm just going to tell them that, look, if you do this, I would just give you like this heads up and say, make sure you get mind that you chest it. Make sure that you have the mind that you feel chest the thing. So that, but not that I'll tell them don't do it. I cannot tell them don't do it because they should do it. I expect them to do it. But I'll just tell them, okay, we'll make sure that your mind strong, girl, so that if somebody else drag you, you don't even feel it because like, damn, I'm human or whatever. So that's it. So I don't know what the discourse is about. Oh, one more thing. If somebody goes on my timeline, they might see something that probably they would say contradicts what I'm saying right now on this space.
Oh, Starma, maybe you actually know I posted it. See.
I'm here to, I beg your pardon, like posted what?
The Bright, about Bright and Mide. You saw that I posted it on the, okay. Because I wanted to, but you already made it.
I replied to your tweet. Is that what you're saying?
No. There was a video about Bright and Mide when they were having something under the duvet. And you posted it and you said, why so aggressive?
But Bright was very aggressive.
That doesn't have to do with me.
Okay,
saying, like I'm
but
not.
it's just like sex, Abby. It's just the same.
No. My why so aggressive is I've never really in my entire 25 years of life or so seen such aggression with whether they were fingering or even sex itself. I don't know. Speaking of a personal view, I've never seen that kind of sort of aggression. And actually, people assumed, or most of us assumed, it was fingering. So why that aggressive? Honestly, like the amount of fingering. Did
no problem.
And the fourth, that's literally where my own tweet came. not from the fact that they were doing it, from the fact that it was too aggressive. Like it was just going too fast. That was supposed to be fingering. It was sex. I'm like, okay, maybe more understandable. Anyway, what was I ever saying before you redirected my conversation? I was basically trying to say, please remember what I was trying to say. Oh my fucking hell! You guys have maybe forgotten what I wanted to say. I was saying something before you.
You said we might have gone through your TL and see something that might contradict with what you
Yes, thank you. That was even what I was talking about. I was talking about the day I dragged Sultana. God bless you for reminding me. You know, if you check my own if you go through my page, you probably see why I dragged Sultana. Do you know why I dragged Sultana? I have an issue personally with women who don't define the relationship with someone in their life before giving themselves the body. You know why I do it? Because more often times than not, I've had friends or my cousins or whatever, people I've talked to come and tell me, oh, I did this with this guy that I thought liked me, but I ended up feeling used. So that's why I like to say, if it's Midena and Bright that did this thing, I don't have an issue with it. But Sultana and someone like Jason who never said he liked you and even denied you in front of Ibuka, is that who you're really giving access to your body? You know what I mean? When you know you probably regret it. I just have an issue with that in particular because it doesn't seem well for me. And it seems like you can do better. You can do better for a man that loves you, that cherishes you. You can give that man your body, not someone like Jason who does not even claim you fully, and you're giving him access to your body. That's where I have an issue with, and that's where I thought somebody might point out that I'm contradicting myself.
But you actually know. Let me say something. But you actually know. Sorry, my voice is bad. You actually know the same Bright you're talking about has a girlfriend outside the show, right?
But at least he claims me. At least he loves me.
Konya and Isabella. Is it divine?
Look at the birthday. I dragged Isabella. I didn't drag Isabella yet, like via tweet, but I dragged her like when I was talking to somebody earlier, like a cousin of mine that watches Big Brother. I dragged the hell out of Isabella. I was like, oh, Isabella, she's this doctor. Let me tell you, let me even bring the shocker here. If there's any housemate to be judged in that entire house, the most, I'd say it's Isabella. Do you know why I say it's Isabella? Because most of these men you've had stuff to do with, either you've kissed Kola. I was even hearing that she kissed Denari in the auditions. I don't know. Isabella is somebody that you can very well call loose and might be justified for saying that. Because it's not something we see often for a girl to just throw herself around these men, all in the name of, oh, I'm a seductor, I'm spontaneous. She's likely the one to be trolled and dragged. But for somebody like Mide, who obviously has feelings for this man, and he reciprocates it, come on. If Media and Brett are kissing and having sex every day, what should we expect? But I was just saying that fingering was too aggressive. Maybe take it easy, I beg. Don't injure the girl. You can't injure the girl now. You know, reach like that. So overall, what I'm just saying is Nigerians were too predictable. We are so quick to drag this, and let me tell you, some of you people on this space that are dragging, you're the worst of them. Or if you go to that house by mistake, you probably be having sex even more than Nina. Is it Nina or Nino? Nina and Miracle. So let's just take it easy, And please, if there's any updates that I've missed, somebody can fill me in. Yeah, I'm done. Thank you.
Thank you, Starma. Kayla Bilson, you can go, Kayla. Masje, sorry, Kayla wants to speak.
Hiya, sorry. Oh,
Good.
sorry. Thank you very much. I think this is my first time climbing this space to talk. Yeah. So with whatever that is happening in the house, the society where we come from, it doesn't really favor us women when things like this are involved. And so that's why sometimes I like as women to have some sense of accountability when it comes to our actions. Because I can't just say I'm a human being and then I'll go to a house and I'm not being accountable for my actions in the house. I therefore cannot control the other person's actions, but then I do very know that I can control my actions. Now, with whatever that is going on, sometimes I really do not find a problem with Sultana and JJ, because sometimes I feel like, okay, they both sort of like, whether it's serious or not serious. And then we have Bright and Mide, the same thing, they know whatever they're doing. But then what I find with what Coin and Isabella are doing, I find it a bit cringing. Why would I find it a bit cringing? Because coming from me as a woman and I'm looking at the future ahead, Isabella has a child who is about 14-year-old. And at the age where we are now, any 14-year-old knows stuff about these things, and probably his classmate or somebody watches the show. This might not take effect on her as well. Maybe probably because she's still young and she's enjoying herself. But then has she thought about her son? Because I'm saying this because I do not want to put my son in a situation where somebody will see my son and be like, is it not you that your mom was doing that on BBN? It's heartbreaking sometimes when I see it. Also because I feel like it's heartbreaking because she and Koyi do not really have a defined something to go that far in the name of I really want to satisfy myself. It can't, then again, the accountability of our actions comes here as well. Because you can't say you are human, you are supposed to feel what you are feeling. Then why are we judging thieves on the road? Why are we putting people in prison for doing things. It's just like the same thing. Somebody goes into the house and then steals people's things. It's we, the fans here, that will drag the person for stealing. Do you understand? So sometimes the double standards kind of make it a bit weird and odd. That we want to say, yeah, we are living by. It's actually these morals that keep us insane. Do you know why? Because she, as a mom, she's going to come out. She will explain whatever she was feeling, and that's fine. But then somebody, son is or daughter is probably watching on the BBN thing and be like, oh, look at this one. His mom is the one who was with KK, and then next minute in bed with Coin and stuff like that. Is really, really heartbreaking on the child's side, and I kind of find it a bit weird. Anyway, thank you.
Yes. I
Please, Mazde, before you talk, please, sorry. What she said, I want to double down on it. I agree fully. You know why? The problem is not only from the fact that Isabella has a young child. It's also from the fact that we Nigerians are wicked. We Nigerians have issues. Someone can very well see Isabella's son at school and troll him like that. We are like that. In fact, so one of Isabella's classmates' mom can tell him to go and troll. I'm telling you, it's possible to go and troll Isabella's son for the fact that she's having sex. That's why I'm saying that this person might be right. This person has a point here. That's you can go ahead, Master.
you know the problem. I would say it as it is because me, I don't know how to sugarcoat things. Oyibo man bring set of rules and regulations, right? We Nigerians, we adopt them. We practice them. Look at they speak pidgin now because I don't want to speak English. Look at they speak my pidgin, because we don't need to speak pidgin, English. We practice them. We normalize them norms
Good
to
night.
confirm a good night. Go sleep. We normalize them as our ways and practices, right? To guide our human behavior in terms of growth, development, and of course evolution, right? Civilization now made it worse. Technology now made it worse. Why am I saying technology made a whole lot of things worse? Technology gives account of events, e.g. the social media, which is why a lot of times when people do things and it's on camera and it's bad, it is more like record. I want you to know something, and I want you to know it very well. The idea of something being termed bad in our eyes, right, is bad because it is our original practice to conformity, the rules and engagement of life. That is why when we see something or when somebody commits crime, it is quick for us to say, you've committed something, you've done something really wrong, you've done something really barbaric. This act is, we condemn the person. We don't even care to know the mental, the emotional, whatever happening to that person. We are just quick to judge because why? The society has already placed rules, norms that make humans victim when they behave in certain manner. That has been the practice. Fine. Ideologically speaking, we know too damn well that what Isabella is doing would affect the son, especially in this new era.
Cold affect? No,
And
we don't know for sure.
of course it would, whether you like it or not, because I'm speaking as a Nigerian. Of course it would. Whether you like it or not, it would. It would, because we are Nigerians, and I know how Nigerians think. Obviously, they will use it on her.
Sorry,
But
I
I
have a
want us to be
question.
very
Do you
realistic.
think as of now the boy watches the show, or there's a chance somebody has told him anything? Like, does he have any?
Calm down, let me finish. He does not need to watch, whether he watches or not. Somehow, are you hearing me? The society will use it again somehow. Am I denying these facts? Am I denying all these principles? Am I denying the consequences of our action? No, I'm not. I'm not. Because, of course, these are the moral principles that guides our human evolution. But then again, I want us to be very, very realistic with ourselves. Before we cultivate certain behavior and practices or lifestyle, we definitely go through experience, right? To actually have a mindset of our own that determines how we do things or handle certain situations. Mentally, instinctively, right? We know for a fact that certain behavior do not conform to our norms, principles, and lifestyle, but we still choose to do them. Either on camera or off camera, we choose to do them. Those things we do behind camera, are you hearing me?
Yeah.
Do they have consequences or not? They do have consequences, irrespective of the fact that it is not of public opinion. And I'll tell you why. The reason I'm telling you that Isabella's situation is not different from people who do things behind closed doors and get their own repercussion. The one thing I know for a fact is what she's doing right now, she knows them too well. Her actions, she knows them too well, the consequences of it. Before any human being does something, there is that instinctive thought in us that tells us this thing that we are doing,
Conscience.
yes, it gets good and it gets bad. Should I go this route and not give a fuck? I can tell you for a fact that both Coin and Isabella came to a conclusion before they indulge in that act. Now, some other people will go there, would be in that same situation, right? And they will not do it because that is who they are. But does it give right? That's my point. Does it give right now to judge the idea, the philosophy, or the concept itself of the show? No. Because if we are being critical about these things, like you said, Amma, these things happen all the time because we get ourselves emotionally entangled. And as a result of these things, it happens and we can't control our actions. It is so very easy to say, no, me, I will not fall into temptation because you have not been there. You know what they there. So it's easy for you to say you cannot fall victim to circumstance and whatnot until you get particular person position. You don't get right to actually judge person character because you know they there to know how the person they emotionally they think, mentally they think to even behave the way they behave. That is why you see, before I condemn somebody's action, knowing fully well I know the consequences of their action, I try to understand the psychology behind their action, not because of their human nature. I try to understand the psychology behind their actions. It is okay now that the public perception about her behavior with Konya and whatnot is to go about and say, okay, they will slush him and whatnot. There are far people, I'm telling you, in the real life, in this real, even the people that would even join and condemn her, right? I will tell you that if you check well, if they are to open their wardrobe for you and see what they've done in the past, it is even far worse. The judgmental people now, it is even far worse than what she has done because she's on camera, right? But you know, our society now, we are hypocrites. We are very, very hypocritical. We act like we are saints. We act like we are perfect. We act like we know for a fact that if we are placed in positions like this, we will not commit or do things far worse
The
than what
fact
they are.
that you can do things does not mean other people will
Yeah,
do it.
you
You need
see,
to understand that
yeah,
part.
Don't,
exactly.
don't me,
Like that.
don't me,
So
madam, don't me.
would you say, what
I,
about
but
Zita then? What about Zita? Zita had somebody with Dambo's kid.
that's what I'm saying
We
now.
had
That's what I'm
rumors
saying.
that they did. We heard rumors that
Yeah,
they
but
probably
then
did.
after Zita left, you see, that's why
Kai,
people are sort of calling out Isabella's own because she had something with Keke.
Isabella came outside before when she auditioned. There's one thing I know she did. She said, "I am a seductress." On the outside, though, before she even entered, "I am a seductress. This is what I love to do. This is my personality." And she went inside that house. I mean, every other housemate that gave their intro said who they were as a person and whatnot. The ones that are even lying, that are even inside the house doing far worse than her, we are not calling them out. The one thing I would not allow anybody to do, especially in regards to Isabella's situation, is the fact that she identified herself as an entity even before going into the show. She no give them about critics. And now let me correct you, Nino. Don't say the fact that I can go and do. I'm not telling you that I can go and do whatever in the show. I'm telling you that I cannot predict my actions, right? When I'm on the show. The same way you cannot predict your actions when you meet a man you do not know and fall in love or even make mistake. It's the same thing. That I am saying
No,
that I
if you,
cannot
Mas J, I don't agree with I cannot predict my actions because I am entirely in control in my actions, with my actions. Whatever the other person does,
I also don't agree with
I
that as well.
don't have any control over the next person. But I definitely do as an adult who have the capacity to make decisions. I definitely have a control. So don't say you don't have a
Isn't that
control.
isn't
So
that why that
that's
you're saying that life is 90% what happens to you? Sorry, 10% what happens to you. So you do have
exactly.
control on
You
how
do
you
have
behave.
control. So
Definitely.
whatever she's doing, she has the control.
All I'm just gonna
I'd
say,
like
and Mazde said something that's right, and I'll double down on it. Someone like Isabella, from the way you remember the day she was fighting with Thelma, the day she was calling Thelma transgender. That Thelma was like, you came here to be acting blue film for people that they were saying you're entertaining us with sex or something. She was like, yes, that's what I'm here to do. Yes, let them look at me. Do you know why? Isabella is clearly someone that is already used to judgment in her life. She's used to being judged. This is not the, so if she comes out and people are like, she won't even be that shocked and she'll feel chest stamp. I said it earlier on.
and
I said I advise the person, can you chest it? It doesn't matter whether
Yeah,
you
you know
do, can
but
you
then
chest it?
but then sometimes you act like I feel chested, but then deep
there is
down,
nothing like you act like. Let me tell you
but then
something.
deep
When you
down, it's
commit more,
actually not right for you. I'm speaking as a woman. Mas J is speaking on a man's behalf, but I'm speaking as a woman's behalf. Any woman that will act, I don't really care. I don't really care. They do care. Eh,
I don't
He's
know.
not
It's
they
speaking on
let me tell you
do
something.
care.
every man's behalf,
In
though.
let me tell you, prior to going to the house, Isabella probably got judged for things she was doing. Let's say the OnlyFans she was doing or whatever. But I feel like now that she has exposed her life
Yes.
to the public,
Mhm.
so by going to the house and people know her son, his identity, everything. Now is when they start dragging her son that's gonna start hitting her.
Exactly.
I don't know if you get.
Yes.
So there's that chance.
Just
Mante
to
can go
Star
on.
Armor, Star
Yeah.
Armor, Star Armor. See what I wanted to say quickly, right? What I wanted to say quickly was, first of all, I don't support anyone that is going to judge any person, especially even a woman, irrespective of whatever they go to do
Yeah.
on the show. Because at the end of the day, no person is perfect, 100%. I like what you said when you came into the conversation because you said you didn't really hear fully what the conversation was about before you came in. But the conversation was just centered on it was personal questions where it was like, hey, and I'm going to also throw the same question to you, Star Armor. If you're going for a show like that, that was how the question was thrown out. And an opportunity come, even if you care or you love the guy, an opportunity come for you, to get down with the guy, like to have intercourse with the guy. Are you going to do that on national TV? That was the question. It had, except maybe if I missed
Mm,
it before I came on this, it had nothing to do with, whether some people that have done that, whether one is accusing them or judging them. I think Nino just asked a general question. I don't know if you get what I mean.
Yeah, before.
So, and my opinion was for me, especially as a guy, I just really feel I'm not going to do that. It's just my opinion based on the kind of self respect I have for myself and the fact that I respect some things about me personally that I don't really want other people to see about myself,
yeah.
in regards to that particular stuff. When it comes to sex, knowing that, hey, sex is
Mhm.
sacred. And since this is on national TV and I'm just looking at, hey, this is 3 months, there can be a control. I don't know if you get what I
Yes.
mean. After this stuff is out of the world, out of Nigerians, especially because Nigeria is very conservative. It is in America, right? It may not be an issue, but because of how conservative Nigeria is, man, After the show, if I want to have whatever I want to have, I can do that.
Oh, I would like
And
to
that was just
correct
how
that.
the question
Nigerians
was
are
asked.
not conservative.
So
We are more judgmental than conservative. I'm telling
I'm
you.
coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. Let me land somewhere. See, too much of everything is bad. When I use the word conservative, I'm using the word too conservative. Nigerians are very too conservative, and that's what makes Nigerians judgmental, right? As simple as that. Even in America, we have two parties. We have the Conservative Party, we have the Democratic Party,
I
right?
know that.
Where sometimes, once in a while, you can see the too much conservativeness from the Republicans, and you can see some kind of stuff that happen that sometimes may not just sit well, if you get. But that's, by the way, let's not divert the topic. But that's just the question that was pushed out by Nino, you know. And I think his response was, man, if he goes into the show because he doesn't know himself, right?
Speaking of
Man,
which,
if he falls
Manzia
in
got
love, if
angry
he
and
feels
left
he
too
wants
because
to
we
do.
didn't let him talk. We actually interrupted him, and he was actually talking. And I added, I think Kayla or was it me that
Oh,
interrupted him, and he kind of got angry and just left.
oh, really?
Just putting that out there.
All right.
Yeah, because he
Maybe
doesn't
maybe
like to
that
be
happened.
interrupted. So
I didn't notice. I didn't notice. But first of all, the conversation started between I and him, because it was just more or less personal questions that were asked. So why I'm just trying to put this out there is I think later it was shifted to maybe probably whether it was about judging people that have done some things on the show. I don't have a problem with that. And I feel almost every person that responded to that before you guys like came up into the conversation was not doesn't I don't know about other people, but personally I just feel people are adults. Whatever a person comes to do on that show, they made the decision to do that, right? And everyone should free them, everyone should leave them. You shouldn't first of all drag a person because they went to do whatever they went to do on that show. You don't know if, hey, as a person personally you even do worse. It's just that theirs was exposed on national TV. Making it look as if we're trying to serve as moral police or we're trying to serve in quotes as pastors,
what was
because
your
we said,
answer
hey,
to
if
that
we enter the
particular
house,
question,
we're not
if
going to
I
do
may
that.
ask, Daniel?
It's very long. I don't really want to
Yes,
go
summarize it
deep
for
into
me.
that
Are
because
you
I don't.
or are you not?
Okay, but
Yes or no?
basically, Nino asked that. I think Nino is still awake. I don't know if she's still awake, but she asked, I think, three of us a question. She said, hey, Daniel, if you go to this show, are you going to have sex or you're not going to have sex? And I said, no, I'm not going to do that. And she gave everyone reasons to say why they're not going to do that. And I said, me, just because for my own self-respect, and take note, this is a personal opinion, my own self-respect. To you, what I might interpret as my personal self-respect may not be self-respect to you. I don't know if you get what I mean. But for me, just because of my own self-respect, I'm not going to do that for a show that people are just going to watch 3 months. Because anything I portray on that show is what people are going to use to define me. And 3 months is not enough for you to know who I really am. But remember, you're going to be watching me for that 3 months. So anything you see me doing for that 3 months, you automatically just pick it and say, this is how this person is, you know? And I said, hey, personally, I'm not going to do that. If I have friends that are going to go for that stuff, I'm not going to advise them to do that. And I also have friends that have gone for that stuff that I interact with. I was even with one day before yesterday, right?
Who's that?
And sometimes, for privacy's sake, maybe not just to mention the name,
Okay,
but
I'll be in the
sometimes,
DMs. I'll
right?
be in the DMs.
But like I said, when this person talks, you can see the fact that hey, sometimes she still have regret that she did some certain stuff because sometimes even when she tries to come out to now change a narrative about herself, people still define her by some of those things she portrayed. I don't know if you get what I mean.
Yeah, I guess.
So basically, that was just my own response, and he came with his own response, and he's entitled to his response, and his response is accurate and correct to him. But the balance we're just trying to put is hey, and that's why you saw Nino had to rephrase it that maybe probably because you can act that way doesn't necessarily mean every person
Yes,
is
I
going to act
agree. I
that way
agree.
because already that's just how the world is. So before this conversation about Isabella and other conversations started coming in, I
Yeah,
don't know about that conversation. I
yeah.
don't know
Sorry
what
to
people were
interrupt,
talking about.
Daniel. And
That's just it.
like from like all these is coming from the point of where we've actually had 10 seasons and people have actually watched and watched and watched the show. That is also could be a factor where it's coming from, where people are being judgmental, you understand? Because it's looking like this thing has gone on, and we've actually watched how their housemates who do the things go through and how it damages their mental health just because they're not coming out to talk about it. You understand? So it kind of like put us in a sort of like an accountability that, hey, these things, people go through it over and over again. And you're
I do not understand. I do not get that. What does that have to do with?
no, I'm saying that coming like
I thought, if anything, Kayla, I thought what you were gonna say was because of the amount of repetitive times that this has happened. Let's say we've had 10 seasons, like you said, and all through the 10 seasons, or we've had every season we've had intimacy happen. Should that not show you that that should further emphasize the fact that they are humans and they ought to do that, because we've seen it happen and happen and happen and happen every single season. There's always intimacy. There's always things that happen between them. So isn't that so? I think at the end of the day, all this boils down to, it really just boils down to choice. Like your choice as a human being is choices. Somebody can go there and, despite the fact, can restrain themselves, while someone can go there and let it go, like do whatever they want to do, and then feel like they can face the consequences. And maybe when they come out, they see the consequences are more than they anticipated.
handle, yeah.
I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
yeah.
But it really boils down to like individuality, choices. Like what would you do as a human? You know, it's like, I feel like it's a struggle. Most of us here, every day we're like, we want to stop adultery, we want to stop fornicating, but like these things overpower you. But some people can make a decision and be like, I'm gonna stop this and I'm not going to do it again, and they will adhere to it. While some people keep struggling. So most of these people in the house are probably people that are struggling with self-control, self-restraint, and they go into the house, and maybe some of them, you might be surprised that the people that we're looking at, like, oh, this person is so moral that she wouldn't do this. You'll be surprised that she might just be better at controlling herself. Not like she doesn't want to do it, but she just feels like she can control herself better, and she's doing that very well. I don't know. That's perhaps why some housemates go into the house and they're like, I don't want any sheep. Not because they don't want to fall in love and share connection with somebody. It could also be because they just feel like they are weak in that aspect of controlling themselves, and they feel like they can give into any sexual activities. So they just like, I'd rather just stay away from. I don't know if you get.
Yeah.
Maybe the type that feel like, I know I cannot stomach the dragging when I leave this house. What can I do for myself? Not even be involved with anyone romantically. I think there's housemates that we've had that declining to do truth or dare. We'll see them like, oh, they're boring, but maybe they know these things. You know, okay, if I go now, they dare me. Do you guys recall that there was a season, Sigobe, that a housemate gave somebody? She was dead and she actually gave somebody her boobs to suck. Do you know that?
Yeah.
There's a housemate that did that. Do you know?
Yeah.
So you can imagine to what extent it could get to, right? So some people like to, like, just tell themselves, I don't want to go there, and then stick to it. Go ahead.
Well, Nino, are you still awake? Because you're the one that started this conversation, Nino.
Nino's awake. Nino, good morning.
Morning, Kate.
Man,
Well, it's morning here.
I'm actually working.
Nino, in respect to that question, let me also throw the same question to you, because you also threw me the same question. To you, how would you do?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just here to give opinion on everybody's face.
Yeah, man.
Because if I say I will do something now, what if I go there and do something else? Don't follow my mouth. My opinion can change tomorrow.
Yeah. But like, I have a question. Do we actually expect that? Genuinely, Daniel, you can answer this question. Anyone that feels like, do you genuinely feel like there's Nigerians out there, or there's someone in this space that feels like they expect and they really feel like these housemates should actually go to that house and not be engaged in anything intimate, regardless?
It's not possible.
Exactly.
I mean,
No, it's not possible.
It's not
a
possible.
social
That's why
experiment.
it's an 18 plus show. Like, and that's where, like I said, with what Masjid was saying earlier, that's where I can agree with him, right? The reason why you're watching this show is like some movies, right? I watch Game of Thrones. Many people watch Game of Thrones. You already know that, man, if I'm watching this show, I know what I'm expecting. So that's one of the reasons why, even if you have kids around, even when it comes to, cartoons and animes, kids have their own segment. I don't know if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Because you just already know what you're expecting from the show. So, and that's where I have an issue with people that come on the show now to judge others. I don't know if that makes sense, because I feel like the contrast we're trying to bring here is the general overview of what the public does that is wrong, but also you as a person, what you would do when you go into that place, because you already know how generally, how, the world is, if you get where I'm coming from. So to me, I just know that, hey, if you know you're going to come to this show and you're going to be a moral police and you're going to try to, be holier than thou and try to
Like Big
criticize people, that's why
Soso.
you would barely see me insulting people
But Big
about, like,
Soso didn't do
it's one of the
anything
things you
wrong
barely see from
now.
me.
She didn't have
Big,
sex or anything.
Big
No, she was our
Soso,
moral
Big
police.
Soso insulted Dede, so she's a moral
She's
police.
our moral police.
She's a moral police.
Guys, I didn't even get to talk about my. I told you I wasn't on this piece for like a day or two. I didn't get to talk about my reactions when it came to the evictions that happened just this last eviction. Guys, my jaw was on the ground when I heard Doris. I swear, like, I was like, "What, Doris?" That was what the last thing I took.
Dory don't have fans. She should go out. You don't have any fans. She should go out. So,
So here's the
uh,
thing. Yeah, I know Doris doesn't have that many fans, but I
mhm.
compare it to the people that had to stay while she had to leave. So who voted for Denari and didn't vote for Doris? Because left to me, even though Doris has been called all names and she's annoying or whatever, she's still better off giving content than Denari. Like right now that Denari is in this house for the next week or however long he's going to be there, he's going to be like a statue. Because Doris was literally what made us even talk about Denari even more. He wasn't giving nada.
I just believe that the shippers voted more for the Nari. That they were assuming that Doris have more fans to vote for her. So maybe they tried their votes and gave it to the Nari. That's why. That's why.
Another person
Now
that
I'm thinking.
I was like, I didn't want to like was Tracy too. So who's voting for Tracy? And then I saw on the timeline someone
Okay.
was saying something like, "Oh, Tracy is very. She was one of Erica's top this thing.
Yes.
She opened
Yes.
the vote. That's scam. You
Yes.
know why that's scam? You know why that's scam? Because how did she appear in the bottom six, bottom three? If she indeed has the vote setter, in fact, that very day, that very week that she appeared in the bottom three, well, I think it was week 1 or week 2. That should be the
So,
week that
so,
she should
so,
not even
so
be there
you
because
know
if you have four, what?
the more you vote and you have the numbers. When you vote, you know the amount of vote you made, and when you come to the bottom three, you know that you have to double up your votes. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So if maybe you vote 5 million this week and you're at the bottom three, the next week you vote like 10 million. And you know that 10 million will give you more percentage than the percentage that is like the fourth or fifth percent. So that's why you see that she's there. But this week, she will come out this week. She will. Unless,
And
unless the,
actually, after the evictions that happened, Big Soso, Doris, and the other people, nobody can convince me that Big Brother doesn't manipulate votes. I'm telling
it,
you.
does, it does. It does. People that they don't,
Maybe not,
it
even
does.
see,
It does.
maybe not fully manipulate, but I can swear that those votes are tampered with. We're not idiots.
They are tempered with. I don't know human beings.
We are
They are
more than
tempered
enough
with.
votes. We know
Those,
we know what we are doing.
those people that are giving their head because they're doing too much, they can take
And
them out.
another thing I want to say is the production likes that. What's be the name? Joanna. What do I like to call that girl? Diane. I feel like the production specifically.
Joanna is giving us Thursday and Saturday. You can't take it from her. She's the one that wrote that show. She Mason, Chloe and Cole. That the one
I
that
beg your
that
pardon. I beg your pardon. Did you just say
the
she's the
partner
one that what?
on Thursday parties, on Saturday parties, she's the one that really do well. So she should be there. She should be there.
She's
Yes,
generally an
Joanna
irritant. She's
tried.
generally
If
an
she's
annoying
not,
house contributor.
if she's not there,
Joanna
how
tried
will it be?
Saturday and Thursday, sha, but that's not enough reason.
Joanna is our winner.
Yeah.
She's gonna
Joanna is
stay
generally an
there.
irritant, so I don't buy
She's
that.
our
Just because
And
she's
she's
guys,
our
irritant, who
winner.
cares? Who cares? Guess what?
Whatever. See, if you are
Okira, guess what? with all the dancing and the whining or whatever she does, I never look at her during Thursday. And I know there's like a thousand
That
of
is
me like
you.
that. I don't give a damn
But
about what she does.
she trained every
Generally, she's
Thursday.
an irritant because she's
But she
annoying. We don't
trained
even
them.
enjoy those her
She
dancing.
trained every Saturday and Thursday. So
We
give it to
don't
her.
enjoy it. That alone
If
cannot give her momentum over
if
people. She's
you
very
are
an
due,
irritant to look at.
that's
I don't
to
want to turn on
you,
my laptop
to,
and see Joanna on
to
my screen. I
you, to
don't want
you,
it.
to you. I like seeing how she's dancing. To you, she's every time. But me,
How
I
can
like
you
seeing
tell
how
me
she's
because she's
dancing.
dancing alone means she deserves to stay in the house? Over there is like
At
general
least,
consent. Come on, please.
see, when you are doing business, the people that are your cash cow, you can't throw them out. People
How
that
is she
make
a catch card because she dances on Saturday? Oh my
yes,
god.
she train on Saturday, she train on Saturday and on Thursday. You can't take it from her. She, Mensah, Koi, Jason, they are good. They are the one that are only that party done every Saturday and
Okay, so
Thursday.
then you agree with me when I say she's actually the production's favorite, right? Because she dances. Is that what you say?
I'm not
So
saying
I
that,
think
but
because she dances, she's allowed to stay in the house.
I'm telling you for a business perspective. When you have a cash car, you don't throw them out. What is making your business to survive? You can't throw them out. You cannot.
So because she dances on Saturday
Big
and
brother,
Thursday, it means she
big brother, charity home
tell
to
you
make
something,
money.
Okira. Just because she dances on Saturdays and Thursdays does not mean she has people that vote for her. So that then reinforces my opinion on saying that
You
the
cannot
production has favorites. And if they are
you
keeping her
cannot assume
in the
that.
house only because she dances on Saturdays
You
and Thursdays, then
cannot
that is bullshit.
you cannot assume
That
that
is
you have
bullshit
not
because
seen
we don't
that.
like her. We don't like to watch her,
You
and
have
we
not
don't
seen
nobody vote for
that in the
Joanna.
bottom forward, so
There
you
is
cannot say that.
no
You cannot
way.
say
There
that.
is me,
She
Big
have
Soso. Big
never
Soso that is
been a
Arewa.
bottom mind. She have never been a bottom mind. You cannot say
Big
that. You have
Soso
not
that
seen
is
that.
from Arewa. How can she live before Joanna? What are you telling me?
What did Bishop bring to the table?
A lot. In my
Please tell
opinion.
me.
Okay, in my opinion, I would
Tell
rather watch
me.
Big Soso in her whatever she did. I would rather have Big Soso on my screen every day than to watch Joanna once.
I would rather have
Do you
Joanna
think Joanna earlier? Did you see Joanna earlier in
that
the
give
room
me
with
money,
Ruboy
that give me
and
money than Bishop.
Dead? That she was making one annoying sound. The girl is just an irritant. She's just irritating. She's
Because
very irritating.
you don't like her, you feel it the way you are seeing her.
And I
Look
not
at
because I don't
her with
like her.
her
I'm
open
backing up
mind.
what I'm saying with facts. I'm
Me
saying that she does not deserve to
personally,
be there because I know people don't vote for
I
her.
don't
People don't vote for
personally
her.
I don't care about her, but I would not say she's irritating me. I don't really don't care about her, but
Oh,
I can't say she's
wait. You
irritating
don't even
me.
care about her in your head defending her? Okay, I don't have any.
Yes, yes, because
You're defending. Please take this strength to go and defend your favor. You're here defending Diana. Wow,
my
Joanna.
friend is Koi is okay. Don't worry, Koi is okay.
For coin, now coin where they drag safe. I beg.
We don't care.
Wow.
The more you drag the more my boy go up. Keep dragging him. I like you drag him. Please drag
So
him, I
you're
beg,
here
drag him.
defending Diana, Joanna that you don't even. She's not even your favor. What
I
are you
say
save your
it's
energy
not
now
my
from
favorite, but I will still be objective. If it's not I will still be objective.
You
I will still
are
be
not being
objective,
objective. You
regardless.
are not being objective by what you said is not being objective.
I'm
You
just
literally
telling
said
you.
because she's been a cash cow. And how do
Yeah,
you even know
she's a
she's been
cash
a cash
cow.
cow?
Yes.
She's not been a cash cow.
She's
She's
making
not
money.
been a
She's
cash cow.
making money
Are you part of the
TFP.
production? Are you part of the production? How do you
I'm
know?
not.
How do you know?
I'm talking from a business perspective.
How do you know? Do you think that Big Brother will
Because
run
I'm just
according to
telling
your
you,
business that you do in the
I'm
market?
telling you
Do
the
you
reason
think the
that
logic will work according to the
I'm
business you
telling
do in
you
the
the
market?
reason that every
In
Thursday
Balogun
and
market. Do you
every
think that's how it
Sunday.
works?
Hold on.
That
I'm
is
telling you.
not how it works.
Okay. I'm not
They go
fighting
for
to
all round. They go for all round. The person that gives them content, which I tell you, Big Soso and Dory will give them overall over Diana that dances. Who cares about her dancing?
If you
Nobody
put
cares about her
and
dancing.
Joanna give more content than so leave it.
Yo, I don't believe it. I don't
That's you.
believe it.
I don't that's you. Your reaching your valid. Mine is valid.
She is just an irritant.
For me,
Okay.
Joanna give more content than.
Okira, you didn't even ask me why I said she's the favorite. She's the production's favorite. Do you know why I said it?
Give your reasons. I don't
Come
know.
on, it cannot be a coincidence that she rang the phone rang and same time today when the phone rang. Oh, most of those housemates were not that close to the phone. They had to all run. I saw all of them running. When that phone rang for Joanna, she was next to the phone. She didn't run. She only just stepped 2 steps and pick up the phone. If you watched it, that's one thing to show me she's the producer favorite. Second thing is they took her to that room now with Dede and Ruboy to save her from a possible eviction because I feel like them now that they're in that room, they're not going to be voted for this week or whatever. So they are still safe. Maybe there's
Have
gonna be
you
a
seen?
twist. We don't know.
Have
They've
you?
done way too
Oh,
many things to show me that
hold on,
she's
hold on.
the producer favorite.
Have you seen Joanna at the bottom
Guys,
of the
let me tell
space?
you something. I'm telling this from an objective point of view.
Have you
If you
seen
even
have you seen Joanna at the bottom three? No. So why are you assuming that you're not voting for her?
I know they are not, but I'm not blind on the
Why
timeline. I'm
do
not
you
blind. I
think they
know.
are
I
not
see
voting
it.
for her? Why do
Let
you
me
think
tell you
so?
another thing. I already gave you my facts. I already gave you my reasons. She's at every space I go to, they're dragging Joanna. So who are happy? There's nobody that's
Are
going to
you
defend
follow? Are you
defend
following?
Joanna.
Are you following?
Even
Are
you,
you
Okira, that you're defending
are
Joanna,
you
you are
following
not even
Twitter?
ha ha ha.
Are you following Twitter? Be deceived.
Ah,
Are
am
you
I
following
following
Twitter?
Twitter? Now me they follow Twitter, ganga. If you check my phone now,
Twitter is
my
what?
most used app is Twitter self. And now
Twitter
even
is
Twitter,
one
I was
choice.
Snapchat before
Twitter people
Blueberry.
don't
So what am I
vote.
saying?
Twitter people don't vote. Twitter just come and just come here around and
Okay,
get
you're the
out.
one that stops us from voting now.
Twitter
You're
don't
the one that
vote.
stops the
Go
Nigerian people from voting.
to Facebook. Go to
She
TikTok.
doesn't have fans.
That
I
was
don't
people
need to
that
go to
vote.
Facebook to know Joanne doesn't have fans.
But
Why do I keep
have
calling
you
like
seen her in the bottom three? No.
I don't need
So
to go
people are
to
voting for her. This
Okay,
is
so because so because Tracy has been bottom three, we're not the one that was defending Tracy and saying that even though she was in bottom three means that she has fans. Weren't you the one that don't describe the phenomenon that goes
I
behind the
just
voting and
said
how Tracy
you
ended up in
don't
bottom three?
you just
You
want
described that, now you're telling me something else.
you
Please,
don't
please,
want to
please.
listen. You just want to talk. Listen, I'm giving you what I'm saying.
I'm
I'm saying
listening to you.
that
I'm listening to you, but you also
Tracy,
interrupt, but you don't let me
all
talk. So I won't let you talk too.
okay, go
You
ahead
don't
and
let me
talk.
talk.
Yeah, go ahead and talk. When you finish, I will
How
talk.
many things have I said that you didn't even let me talk? You didn't even let me. I don't have to. You even got to a point where I asked you, I said, "Are you
Yeah.
Joanna's?"
Why are you
I
round?
even got to a point where I said,
Why are you
Are
being
you
round up?
Joanna's?
Why are you being round up? Just calm. Don't worry. Talk quietly.
I'm not being riled up.
Yeah,
Maybe my
round
voice
up.
is just naturally like that. I'm not being
Okay,
riled up. I'm just
go
telling
ahead
you
and
that
talk.
even when you were defending her, you wouldn't let me talk. And I even asked you, I said,
I
"Are you her?"
said I'm quiet. You talk. Say what you want to say.
Okay, let me go back to what I was saying. I said, guys, do you know that this show is manipulated, the votes? You now even agreed with me initially. I said, do you know why I'm saying this? There's no way Doris and Big Soso will leave before I called Tracy and Denari, right? Then when I entered Joanna, I was like, Joanna, I feel like she's the production's favorite. Because look at the coincidence, how she picked up the phone. When they called today for Rue Boy, what do you call it, rude boy. Most of the housemates were not close to the phone. They had to run to go to pick up the phone. But Joanne's own was some coincidence that she was just right next to the phone and they called. You can't tell me that. And now they've picked her and taken her to that room, she and Dede. Let me tell you why I'm telling you they took them there to save them. People know that Dede is a favorite for most people. They know, person know that they cannot try they won't pull any stunts when it comes to Dede. So that's why they like to join Dede and Joanna and go and put them so that they will be safe. And not, so I'm telling you, she's the favorite. She's one of the favorites of the person. And I'm telling you why I'm saying this. This is not the first season that I've seen it. Most of the time, that person that you hate, that fans don't like, production usually like the person. I've seen it so many times. And the people that the production that we fans we love, production they like to play some tricks and pull some stunts. Imagine the amount of people that love Thatcher, Titans, and they discover Thatcher unfairly. Look at Erica. Okay, well, Erica's disqualification was very fair, but I feel like they could have still what do you call it? And coming back to what you said about, oh, she's a cash cow. Do you know how many people Erica had? How many fans Erica had? Even my mom was Erica's fan. Erica had a large number, but they disqualified her. So you can't tell me that because Joanne is a production cash cow means that she deserves to be in the house. How many people have been cash cows and they kicked them out of the house? What are you telling me? They don't. She didn't care about that. We care about the authenticity of these votes. We are Nigerians. There needs to be integrity in this business. This is obvious. Like even a child can see that these votes are being manipulated. How can Big Soso and Doris be outside the house while Joanna is inside the house? Tracy, Denari. I'm telling you this thing. Somebody back me up here now. We're not stupid. That's all I've been saying.
Okay, let me cancel you. First, Joanna. Okay, who are you supporting? So let me know where you're coming from.
Who's my favorite?
Yeah.
Honestly, me, I don't have a favorite. Okay, fine. I love Kola.
Okay.
Imisi, I don't mind Imisi winning. If Imisi wins,
And I
I
don't.
will be cheering.
Why? Yeah, but I'm a Korean fan. If anybody win, I don't care. Like, we
I
can't.
don't mind coin, no.
I
You know
don't care.
why?
But
I
I
don't
like.
mind coin. Wait, let me tell you, I don't mind coin, but I'll tell you for a fact that if coin do not have this triangle, except now that he's doing this thing with Isabella, if not that, coin does not have any storyline, if not Dede. If you whisk Dede out of that house, coin doesn't have any stuff. But I'm surprised now that he's giving us content.
Does they have a lifetime with that Korean color?
She has. to an extent.
Who should I
She
say?
had
So
she
what?
had Mide. She had Mide.
Who should
Mide's drama still.
who should
Like there
be
was
there?
some.
Be there for how many? But me, I bet she be there speak in the house.
What I saying? After they fought was when they stopped speaking now.
My
But
my
they were
my
speaking
my,
on
da-
Tuesday.
my darling, everybody needs someone to have a story. You can't stand alone have a story. So don't bring anybody down. Call
It's
have a
a
story.
lie.
Call
It's a
have a
lie. Let me
story.
tell you. Let me tell you
Hold
why.
on.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you something.
Let me talk now. You over me. Let me talk, please. I can't quite you're talking. Nobody can tell a story alone. That's what you should know. Nobody can tell a story on its own.
I am not saying nobody. Please, can I say this, Okira? Please, can I say
Everybody's
this?
story must be linked.
Please, can I say something? Please, let me say this thing.
If a coin is not there,
Please, let me add this thing to this thing that I said, okay, please, please. I won't interrupt you after that, please.
okay.
Do you know why I said, you said everybody must need another person for story, valid. But do you know what I'll counter it with? I'll tell you that somebody like Kola in that house, we're not saying that you shouldn't use somebody else for a story or you shouldn't have a relationship that will make people talk about you. We're saying besides the sheep, can you give us something else? Kola, that's why I'm standing Kola and I love Kola. Kola, even without the day thing, she has this funny dynamic going on with what's it called? Imisi. Is that what we're watching Kola? So even if you remove Dede now, we have things to talk about Kola. But
Okay.
we'll talk about
So
Koyinko. What about
Koi and Misa are very close. You know that because they're not showing it.
I don't know
They're,
that because exactly
because
they're
I'm
not
not
showing
showing
it.
it.
So who else is
Koi
not
and
showing
Root
it?
Boy are very close. You know that they're not showing it because production want to give you a storyline. They know that if they sell coin and Dede, it will sell. So that they are giving that storyline for us to see. Today, when they were doing the nomination, when they showed the coin, Ruba said, "Yes, that's my boy, that's my brother, that's my boy." Did you hear that? But Russia will give you different things to say. When coin was giving Sultana pizza, the Russia quickly remove that scream because you don't want the storyline with Sultana with coin. What are we saying about? Are you following? See, production will follow a story that that will sell. Production is following Isabella because Isabella and Freya together. So production will follow that story because that story look interesting. They will follow it. When you are doing business, you follow what will sell. Motivation is a business. It's a business. They are doing business.
Oh, okay.
Don't
So,
follow what
okay.
will
So,
sell.
okay, I get you. So, because they're doing a business that they want to
Yes.
sell,
Yes.
integrity should be put should be thrown into the sea, right?
They are
So
writing a, they are,
so
oh,
you're
hold
telling
on.
us that they
They,
take us for
I'm
idiots
telling you,
because they want to
I'm
maintain their
telling you,
business.
I'm telling
Let
you
me
that they
finish.
are
So
writing a
you mean that
story
we'll sit
that
down
will
and vote
sell.
for the house and they'll manipulate the votes? Is that right?
Have you seen Joanna in the bottom three? When you what you're talking now. Have you seen Joanna in the
Doesn't that
bottom
boil
three?
down to what I'm
Yes.
saying that she's a favorite?
It's
Maybe
not
she has been in the bottom three and
everything.
they refuse
It's
to show
not
her there.
right. Even for the first week, second, third, you're not seeing her in the bottom three. Fourth,
Okay,
fifth, sixth, seventh. It's not in the
let me
bottom three.
shock you now.
What are you arguing for?
Let me
Your
shock you now.
your
Let me shock
words
you
will
now.
not make your
Do
vote
you
come
notice
down.
that the production pulled a stunt this eviction? I'm sure it flew over a lot of people's heads. Do you know what they did?
Go ahead.
So we had a triple eviction this weekend, right?
Yes.
And they did not show us the bottom, the last person. So in this case, since we've been having two evictions, now that we've had three, we ought to see the person that's still at the bottom. They didn't show us. You know why? Because maybe Joanna was the one that was at the bottom, and they refused to show us. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. These production people, they know what they're doing. If you people have been evicting two, and we've been seeing the third person, now that we've evicted four, I would entitled to still see the fourth person, regardless of the sequence that it followed. But they didn't let us see that. You see the games they've been playing, right? If you really know the content, if you really know like what reality TV is meant to offer, you know that Big Brother they don't send fans, they don't send our papa.
Big
You go there
brother
and be
is
shopping to vote.
that's why I pity people that use their emotions on this show or start crying upon a stupid person I don't know. Crying upon ask me that hey, I don't care about anybody. I'm here to watch and enjoy the show. I get out. The show didn't show and I'm out of it. But me I know that whatever they are doing, they're doing to make money. They don't care about you. They don't care about the housemate. They don't care about anybody. They don't care about how they make a good return on investment. That's what they care about. It's not about you. Whether you cry tomorrow, whether you reach your emotion, whether you are angry, whether you are doing, they don't care. They are just to make money.
That's very unfortunate.
No,
Then, if that's the case, then that's very unfortunate. You know why?
If you watch what they call it again?
That's unfortunate. You know why I tell you that's unfortunate? Because Big Brother is not the first reality TV show we see.
If you watch Love Island, they do the shit in Love Island. They'll follow a story that will sell.
I'm telling you, Love Island is more authentic than Big Brother.
That
On Netflix.
did you watch the last one, Love Island US? Did you watch it?
No, me, my Netflix I was watching it, so I don't.
The same people that are there abusing Koi, abusing JJ about what they are doing. That is the same people that supported who that was having success in the house. Hypocrites everywhere. People should leave, enjoy the show, remove your emotions, and move on. Enjoy the show. Me, I'm there to enjoy the show. Even though I have a fame, if anybody that wish to win tomorrow, ABC win. If fine and good, color win. Fine and good. This one will fine and good. I don't care. I just come to enjoy the show and get out. I just want to watch and be entertained. I don't care what they do. Before they came to the house, they've signed them, they put their official art already, put their life art already. That's not my business. So when they drag to
So let me tell you, this thing that you're advocating right now is literally what I've advocated before, but I've come to also understand that you can't tell people how to, like how to relate with other people. So unfortunately, there are people that are fans of the show that really, really love some of these housemates. And you can't control that.
of course.
So if I'm investing my hard-earned money every week, I'm voting for my fave. And what do you call them? The production are manipulating votes only because they want their business to thrive. Is that fair?
Do you have proof?
Isn't that very questionable?
Do you have proof?
No, you can't say that.
Do you
Oh,
have
remove your emotions. Oh, you can't say that. You can't say that. Remove your emotions. Don't care.
Star, how do you know? Star, how do you know they do it? Do you understand?
Do you have proof? Are you
I know
jealous? Are you jealous?
100% because I have seen more than enough things to compare.
Yeah,
No,
but
If
Star,
you look at
not
look,
this.
let's say look at
Star, but
Shaka
you know
and
this.
Messi.
You know
Was
this. No,
that
You are
not a
working on
very
assumptions.
clear?
Star,
You are
you
working on
know
assumptions.
this. It's fans
I'm
that
working on
are
assumptions.
doing. Enjoy the show.
Yes.
The
Enjoy the show.
overcalculation is too much.
Too much. Enjoy
Too
the show and
much.
move on. And remove emotions.
Look at Kola and Imi's issue
Guys,
today.
you cannot tell people who really have invested their emotions to enjoy the show. Just because you are objective does not mean you can tell other people how to
Oh
feel.
well,
There are
yeah,
people as
well,
humans, we are
you're
different.
right.
Even as humans, we are different. The way we
Let
handle our emotions
them
are different.
cry to the air and let
Yeah.
them cry,
Like for
bro. I
instance,
really don't care.
did you
I
watch
don't care.
Kola and Imisi today? In the morning, hey, everywhere. Kola is a bad friend, Imisi is the this. Then the next minute, this same Kola and Imisi are laughing together and smiling together. Then
But
the
that's
next
not
minute,
that's not what I'm talking about here now. Am I not talking about the production manipulating
yeah,
votes? I'm telling me about the
yeah.
house.
But I'm saying that it's high time we fans we learn to watch the
Watch
entertainment
entertain and move on.
and move on.
Watch entertain and move on. They are human beings. I don't expect anybody to have to make session,
Yeah.
make money without.
That favoritism you are talking about, Star. What if that favoritism is favoring your fave?
I better go. Yes, so going for the money. I don't care. You like?
I am telling. Let me tell you something.
I don't care how much they are doing.
First of all,
I don't
I
care.
will never stand somebody like Joanne. Let me tell you something. I swear to God, genuinely speaking, if this favoritism is favoring a favor of mine, who is giving content, I will not say anything because they are giving content. But somebody like Joanna that is faithful to us. What business do I have for them to keep doing?
Thursday and Saturday, you cannot take that from her. On Saturday and Sunday, on Saturday and Thursday, Joanna is carrying that show. So you can't take it from her. You can't take it from her. You cannot take it from her. You cannot. On Saturday and Thursday, she's the one carrying the show. She's the girl carrying the show. You can't take it from her. For the past 6 weeks, she's the one doing it. You cannot take it from her. So I have not seen her at the bottom
This is
for the
that you're
past
dragging
6
with me
weeks.
here, right? I'm trying to tell you that I here and a couple of other Nigerians that I can bet right now do not even watch Joanne when she's doing all those things. Nobody even watches. So I know which carrying you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
Nobody cares about what you people feel. Nobody cares about what people feel. I like me like I am.
So because wait,
I like watching the other dance. I like watching that dance.
And I don't like watching her dance. So what makes your opinion any more valid than mine? You said you like watching her. I don't like watching her dance, and I don't enjoy watching her dance, and I don't care to watch her dance. Isn't my opinion valid?
What?
So what are you
What? She
saying?
trained every Thursday and
I'm
every
telling you,
Sunday.
because she dances does not
If she
mean she
hated,
deserves to be in
if
the
she
house. That's not
hated,
enough
if she
content, please.
hated that much, she would train like that. For the past 6 weeks, she
She
trained.
doesn't trend. She don't. I've never seen her trend on Saturday night. I have
That, that,
never seen her
that
trend.
is you. That is you. Me, I've seen that, beg. I've seen that. Leave your other alone, beg. If you leave that girl alone.
If you're even asking me people that entertain Saturday night party, if you're asking me people that entertain Saturday night party, I can bully with my full chest, say coin. I can give Rue Boy.
You
Which
are biased.
is
You
Diana?
give,
I can give
I'll
Jason.
give J, I'll give JJ, I'll give Corey,
So
I'll
the only
give Rude
times,
Boy.
the only
And
times
then
I
you
see
see,
Joanna,
so
do you know the only times I see Joanna
you Joanna,
on Saturday night party
you can't
is when
Joanna,
she's
you
dancing with
cannot
Jason.
take
If not
Joanna.
that, I don't see
You
her. I don't care
cannot
to see
take
her.
Joanna off that bracket. You cannot take her out. She's there.
Coin,
Joanna
Rue
is there.
Boy, Jason,
Joanna
and
is
the people
there.
that entertain us,
Joanna
not
is
Joanna.
Joanna is Joanna is there because you don't like her. You don't say any good in her. Today, did they pick that call? As they knew that it was eviction, he picked Joanna to be evicted with her. But Joanna, the other friend, she didn't even complain that, my friend, why did you pick me
So what's
there?
your point in
Hold
saying
on, hold
that
on,
Dede picked?
let me
So
finish.
what's the point?
Let me
Dede
finish.
did not do anything wrong.
Let,
Dede did not do anything wrong
let me
because she literally
finish.
just picked
Let
who she
me
wanted to be
finish.
with.
Now let me finish. That's what you talk. Let me finish. If you want to have a bad heart, you be like, my friend, why did you pick me? Like, I don't know that we are doing a vision. You want me to go out with you. It's not nice that she will have a pain in her heart, but she just play on with it and move on. If somebody cannot take it from that, someone cannot take what they did to her. Someone cannot take it.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Dede doesn't have anybody like that she chose in the house, right? Or whatever. She chose Joanna because Joanna is who she feels comfortable with.
You
For example, even if they are
told
evicted and let evict them together. So what did you expect? So Dede was giving the ultimatum to choose somebody. So she should not choose anybody. And she should just say she wants to go alone. But that was the rule. You have to choose somebody. And she chose Joanna. So what are you
Yeah,
saying? What are you saying?
change that to be evicted. To be evicted.
So who do you expect her to pick? Who did you expect her to pick?
What happened to Kola?
She wants to go with
What happened to
Joanna.
Kola and Koyi?
Everything is not love interest. Everything is not love
Okay.
interest. But she picked the love
Motigba,
interest.
Motigba,
Eh?
Motigba, Motigba.
And what she said and what she thought in her head might be
I
different. She probably
said
thought it was a prank.
that you are just beefing what's your name? Beefing Joanna for no just cause. If you don't like her, you don't like her, no problem. But don't
See, let me tell you
beef her.
something. Yeah, I don't like her, I won't lie. But like, at the same time, I swear, and let me tell you the genuine truth. If that girl was not an irritant, I would probably tolerate her even if I didn't like her. Do you know how many housemates I actually don't
Why
like and
is
I
she?
tolerate if they're giving content?
Why is she return to you? Why is she return
She's
to
an
you?
irritant. Even her voice, the way she talks, it's very irritating. Let me tell you. I swear earlier I was sleeping and I just woke up and the TV was on. So I was just the first person they were showing Drew Boy her and Dede in that room. And she was just making one annoying voice. She was very irritated. I'm telling you, the girl is very irritated. She's always so loud, she's always talking, she's always loud. And observe this thing. Saturday night party, whatever they're doing in the house, if she's the one if she's there, she'll be the loudest there. I don't like people like that, and that's fine. Also, that is fine. I don't like people like that. Does not mean that. Also, say she's an irritant, and if the production are truly keeping her there because she's their pet, I have a problem with it. I have a big problem with it. That's all I'm saying.
You are blaming production for not just cause. You don't have right to blame production because
If I want blame production, you know how many things I will blame production
if
for.
you have seen that you have seen that on bottom 30 for the past how many weeks you can say that, but for the past 6 weeks you have not seen that in bottom 30, so I don't know why you are agitated or saying that the person is manipulating stuff.
She's an irritant, and that's why people don't like her.
Next week, 3 people should go. I don't care. So who I go there? I don't care.
Look
Let
at
them
the day
go.
she fought with Inisi. Let's tell you the day I even started. I've never liked her, but let me tell you the day that I actually started hating this girl like very well. The day that she had a fight with Imisi, and all I was hearing her saying, to who was it? Was it Rude Boy, whoever was there? That she has fought with so many people in this house and she has let it go. But Imisi, she will never forget Imisi. Even if she sees Imisi outside, is hated. In her little head, in her delusional head there, she was thinking she's stronger than Imisi. And then that's why she feels like she has. If you see the way she was talking, you can tell that it's from a very spiteful, vile place. you know, almost seeing Imisi as non-human. So like, I will never forget Imisi. I think Imisi is going to bed for her mess. She's very stupid. She's
What first?
very stupid.
That day they were fighting that day. Who first is Sultana? You know, Imisi like it's not that.
She's very. Imisi is Imisi for you. Who stopped Joanna from insulting?
People,
Did you not hear
two
what I
people are
said?
fighting.
You know what I said? I said
People
she
are
was saying,
fighting.
I will never forget Imisi even outside. Guess what? If the idiot Joanna goes outside and she sees Imisi as the winner, she'll change body now. She'll change her mouth. I know people like Joanna. She's very stupid. She's very stupid. Let me tell you, she's very stupid. I don't like the girl at all. So I will never forgive Emisi. I almost think
Don't
even
worry.
as she's saying that she's God. She's God that Emisi will be asking for forgiveness from her. Who are you, Joanna? Who are you for Emisi to be the liar of fuck your forgiveness? Nobody cares about your forgiveness. I will never forgive Emisi. If I catch Joanna as kissing Emisi, I will. The way I will drag that girl.
The way you are paid is very interesting to me because
Very
they will
threatening.
come
Now,
back now
wow.
because
Maybe
I